Greetings, Afterlifers, and welcome to a first impressions look into the horror at Highrook, an occult crafting card narrative game from the developer over at Null Pointer Games. So this is an interesting little thing here because I never heard of this game until I saw a post from the developer over on Blue Sky talking about this game. I did a little bit of a sneak peek and looking at the screenshots and the video playing on the Steam store page, and I was like, I am sold. I want to check this game out. So, big shout out to Null Pointer Games. The game is released right now. It's currently on a sale for 30% off, $13.99 with the price of $20 regular price. It was actually released in May 1st of this year, so. To very positive reviews, so congrats to ya. Right, so let's kick this thing off here. We're gonna skip the intro here. Yeah, we're gonna skip the intro here. I don't like the fact that that little dot right there in the bottom right hand corner, you can kind of see it, is actually the autosave loading in, and I'm like, yeah, you could pick a different kind of autosave icon thing. But you can already tell that the artwork is massively impressive. So we come to this manor. This manor owned by an esteemed family that has gone missing, basically. Highrook House, as it's called. Of course, you have the gameplay guide here, and yes, unfortunately, there is no in-game tutorial. This is a tutorial. I know some people are visual learners, other people are audio learners. But the gameplay guide here offers a lot of information. Highly recommend you when you want to play the game for yourself, definitely go check out the gameplay guide first and foremost before playing this game, because as you can see here, if you don't read the gameplay guide, the game throws you literally to the wolves, and you're like, okay, what works, what doesn't work? You have the various icons. You have your three characters here, Atticus Hawk, Scholar Vitali, and Mechanist Astor, and yes, they all have their own specific perks and level system and vitals, skills. So like, for example, the Mechanist works well with the machine room. Hawk works well with Clifftop, and Scholar Vitali works with archives and study, because Scholar. One thing to note is that you can't really progress until you click on, you know, the highlighted buttons and whatnot. In the when I was trying to record this the first time, we kind of ran into this bug where it wouldn't let me progress because apparently no matter how many times I clicked on the card, it wasn't working. So I had to kind of restart the reload the save. A little it's not too big of a deal, but it kind of throws everything off a bit. So let's skip the dialogue here. But if you love Lovecraftian occult card-like games, then this is definitely your game here. So you have the pause, you have the pause, play, and the speeds of the game, and you have your records here of things that you've picked up and what occurred in-game lore, all the cool things, right? So we are going to take the Mechanist to this room, start up this task, and then we'll speed things up, and then we'll press play. And I know you're gonna look at this and go, wait, man, you said there's no tutorial though. There is and isn't. They give you a basic runaround of how things work in the world, but once you get past these few simple things, that's when everything kind of takes off, and it's all like, okay, this is important, right? And of course, you have the equipment log here. You can note it to the records, which, by the way, you can look at it here. So again, it's your lore, it's your notes, it's your everything you pick up in Highrook House. So send it to records as well to get rid of that. And then finally, let's send this to records as well. And then of course here from the intro, the Akron family owns this house, but then one day they just disappeared, and you are sent in to figure out what has happened and uncover the mysteries of Highrook House, or die trying. Okay, so let's got this event. Let's start that event, and then let's just see where things go. There is a difficulty setting in this game. Helps with fatigue and hunger mainly. So let's see. So this is for the hunter. That's Simon's notes there. Yes. Trading charcoal. This is for the study. So let's not do that. But let's do let's do that. Let's do that once again. And you have to kind of repeat the task over and over and over and over and over again, because you will find stuff that is very much needed. And of course, throughout the days, you'll have encounters, specter encounters that will either help you or impede your progress. Okay, so we gotta go here, study code. Let's go this. Let's go that, and then let's get out of the way here. Let's retrieve. Let's send everybody out of here. Oh, so task here. All right, this. Okay, great, cool, awesome. Now, this is what I mean by at some point you will encounter things that you have to look at and analyze and you know to progress the story forward. To whoever finds this, no, do not follow my path. Yes, a word of warning. Always a word of warning. Okay. Then we do this again. And then this is a courtyard thing, so we have to do this. And then we have to make sure we get the right one to use. So let's do so let's do that then. Start task one more time. You have to keep an eye on the fatigue as well. Puzzling journal. Okay, so this is Gideon's note. Send it to record. This looks like to be a puzzle piece. So we gotta move the scholar to that location. Then we gotta get the tracing there, and then we gotta start that event, and then we gotta go here, and then do this event again, and then pull back the mechanist because we don't really need her at the moment. So basically how it works is if you're in the archives, right, you want the scholar in that same room, the task that you want the scholar to do, and also any upgrades or buffs you want to put next to the scholar. It's very important that you do so to keep an eye out what are the heavy hitters. Like here's +1, there might be a +2, +3, you know. Okay, all right. Another piece of the puzzle here. Let's get out of this room here. Okay. How's hunger? Hunger is good for the most part. Let's do the scholar here again. Just to make sure. Okay, yes. So do this. And each one will yield different results, by the way, just so you know. Okay, so this place is done. Unfortunately, there is no way to know when you're truly done with the area, so you kind of have to guess. Okay, so let's do the scholar again. Just for shits and giggles. We're probably gonna get told the same thing. A puzzling journal. Ooh, okay, let's do that again. And then let's get the tracing here, and then do the task. All right, and of course we get more information, and then the newest character, which is basically the person that works the laboratories. So, okay, Dr. Caligar, he apologizes for the late arrival, or she apologizes for the late arrival. And so now it begins. So, we got the pieces here, but we need to figure out what works and doesn't work. So we gotta put it right here. You have to use your temporary storage here. And this is single player, by the way. So if you're thinking, oh man, this is so cool. I hope is there a multiplayer feature? There's no multiplayer feature. Okay, so for the lab code, we need the mechanist for this job. So, but the mechanist, as you can see, needs require 2 skills. So in this case, we need to buff the mechanist here. Devices, yes. Let's and let's get the spyglass out of here. Let's get you out of here. Just in case. Okay, cool. So exactly what we need. So we need do this, do that, and then we activate this, and then we get into the room here. And then this is where okay, I'm getting sick with some kind of cold. And of course, to no one's surprise, of course the house is haunted. The occult, eldritch, otherworldly creatures have taken over the house, and so now we have to kind of figure out where to go from here. This game does not hold your hand, so you have to kind of really, you know, keep everything in mind here. And also to make sure you take care of your machine oil. Okay, that's the case. Okay, let's put this back. Put back there. Let's do that there. Let's do that there. And then let's do that. Let's do that here. Nope. Not a good person to cook. Okay, cool. Awesome. Then we do that. So the person can rest because their fatigue is really high. Same thing with them. And then when their fatigue is high, they won't be able to do much. So again, definitely keep an eye out for their fatigues. The game does not tell you when they're fatigued or hungry. Just know that yeah, just keep an eye on the fatigue. It's a lot of guesswork. It's a lot of guesswork, unfortunately. And okay, Secret's letter. Okay, let's put you in here now. And this is basically the game. You over the course to, you know, you'll figure it out, like, oh hey, this is how, you know, it works, and so on and so forth. And soon let's see here. Not matching card. Not matching card. So this is a dining room food right off the bat. Okay, so this should be Let's see, study mysteries. So you're the scholar. You need this more than you need this more, basically. That's what I'm hearing. Oh, okay. Let's see. And then we go back out here to do more digging. Oh. Spyglass, start task. Then, let's see. Let's make a healing potion next. Yeah, like I said, the game is a slow burn, but it is a necessary burn. Okay, fantastic. Okay, so let's do this. Let's do that. Then let's cook this meal. Okay, let's do that. Let's do that. Nope. And then we come over here. Alright, basic meal. Alright, who is hungry? Who needs it the most? Okay, so you need it the most, my friend. Okay, so the same person that cooked the meal, well, guess what? You're gonna have the food. And there you go. Then that ends the basically the introductory on how things work in the game. And then of course over the course of the game, and it doesn't, you know, there's no explainer. You try to solve the mystery of Highrook House, or die trying. This is a fun game. This is a fun game. Although it's a slow burn, it's an addictive burn, right? You're just like, oh man, I want to do one more, and just moving cards around and figuring out what works, it doesn't work. And this game is very well detailed, has a lot of hand holding with a lot of, you know, text descriptions and descriptors. Although I can see why a lot of audio, you know, audible gamers would be like, yeah, this is nice that you giving me information, but I would like to hear it. Would like to see it in action so that I can replicate said action, right? But, you know, again, this is a card game, and they kind of lay it out for you, with the beginning, with the day one move sets and whatnot, and that's the game. That's the game. I will definitely wishlist this because this was a fun little, little preview here, and congrats again to the solo dev. If you enjoyed this first impressions look at the horror at Highrook, then leave a like, comment, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. And if you enjoyed this first impressions look, then check out the other first impressions I have here on the channel. And I'll catch you all next time. Bye-bye.